Hello and welcome to Long's Toys. I have a Kamen Rider Drive review for you today. This is the DX Trailer Hoe, or Canon, and Shift Formula. So as you can see, really nice picture of the trailer cannon here, and then we have Shift Formula down here. Really nice picture of Drive type formula on the side. Cool picture here on the top of the two modes, kind of the trailer mode and the Canon mode. Really cool picture down here on the bottom. On this side, you kind of have the three other formula type cars. And then just a cool picture of Drive using the Canon. And then on the back, you have just showing all the functionality with the Drive driver, how the Canon works, all of its features. Which I have to say, this thing has a lot of features. It's very cool. So without further ado, we will get it out of the packaging and we'll take a closer look. So here we are out of the packaging. And this Canon trailer is pretty massive. As you can see, here's the Shift Formula shift car. I like it a lot. I'll get in a little bit closer here. I really like the blue, just because blue is my favorite color and the yellow goes well. Nice spoiler on the back. Flip it around, you can see it has the normal rider sticker there, since it is a type change. But it looks nice, nice foil sticker, really nice quick change since it's a deluxe shift car. Very, very nice. Put him off to the side. And then we have the, actually that should be closed, the whole Canon, the trailer. This is supposed to be kind of the cab. You can see the windshield here and kind of the front grille. But obviously it's where you also hold it. Now the cool thing I think on the side here, like a racing truck, it has advertisements for all the other shift cars, like it would normally have logos for sponsors. So you got Deco Traveler, Rumble Dump, Mad Doctor, Road Winner, Rolling Gravity, Dimension Cab. I mean, I think that's pretty neat. You can see them all there. This really tiny one is Burning Solar. I know that's probably not showing up on camera that great, but that's Burning Solar. All the rest of them you can pretty much read. That's Hooking Wrecker, Massive Monster. So I think that's really cool. And then you can see here, nice glass window on the side, which we'll see what that's for later. Flipping it around, pretty much the same, just not nearly as many on this side, but you can see all the same names of the different cars there. This side has a solid one. Here's the on and off switch on the back here. So I'm going to zoom back out. So things that you can do with this, back here, I'll go ahead and turn it back on.
Shift the trailer hoe.
So it says Shift Trailer Hoe. This button here, if you press this, will allow you to bring this part back down. I'm going to spin this back around. Here's the back too. You can see it's like it's a trailer, but it also has a barrel for the cannon. So if you were to press that button again and bring this down, this piece up top here slides open, and you can just go ahead and put Shift in. I know it's a little bit off camera, but if you just drop them in there, and then it'll just slide right through and come out. Or if you really want, you could close it back up and just slide it in. And then it'll stay in there, and then you just open it up again to get it out. So I think that's pretty cool. I like that a lot. If you're in this mode and you pull the trigger, it goes through a lot of phrases. I should say sounds and phrases. So I do realize that a lot of the car sounds sound very similar. It's kind of hard to know where it starts and stops. So I kind of go by one of the actual phrases. But if you want to cycle through them quickly, you can just click through if you're looking for a specific one. So I think that's pretty neat. Basically, I think that's it for the trailer mode, and I'll go ahead and move on and show you the Canon mode. So basically what you're going to do is this big gray button on the top, you're going to kind of lift the trailer up, press this, and then while you're holding this down, slide this whole part down. So that is the Canon mode. And I guess for simplicity's sake, I'll just make sure I'm not zoomed in. There we go. So you press the trigger now. It makes like a generic firing sound. If you go ahead and pop this guy into the port up here, press the trigger. Another thing to note, if you close this back up and put a car in this port and pull the trigger, it says that phrase. I don't know what that means, but that's what it says. And then if you pull this down again, now you can drop other shift cars into this slot. If you put in a second one, now it's not showing up well. I'm gonna try to kill the lights and see. You can see that the light, if you look, there's a mirror and you can actually see the two shift cars in there. So I'm gonna do this again. If you pop in the first one and take a look at this window, so you can see when you slide it in, it lights up and fills the whole window with the word full. And then when that goes out, there's just a mirror so you can see the shift car that's on the bottom reflected up there. Now when you put the second one in, so as far as I can tell, it's not really any different if you put just one car in or if you put in two. The window will still light up, the mirror still shows the cars, and I think the sound effects are exactly the same. I don't have the other Formula cars, so I don't know if putting them in makes any difference, but I don't think so because I'm pretty sure when you put the cars in, it doesn't read the cars, it just, you hit a button on your way down and that's what triggers it. So I think that's why it doesn't know how many cars you have in here. If you put one in and it sits down here, when you put in the second one, it doesn't know you have one in here already, so it's just triggering the button again. So I'm going to go ahead and take these out. Turn my lights back on. Woo! A little bit of a light flare. Now, there is no reader in here. But there is a reader in here, which I was very shocked to find and very much appreciate. So it doesn't matter what car you have in here. If you have it in trailer mode, it's still going to say that exact phrase. But if you come back to the trailer mode, or I'm sorry, the Canon mode, it will make specific phrases, or sounds I should say, not phrases. Well, a little both. So that's pretty awesome. It recognizes every different car, and it has a different sound effect for every car that's kind of goes with their theme music. Now, if you pop a car in at this point, so the final attack for each car is also specific to the car in there. So that gives this thing ridiculous amounts of playability. You can put in every different car. There's a different sound for the normal attack and the special attack. That's just tons of playability. So I'm going to go ahead and start to show you a lot of the different cars. So I'm not going to show you every single shift car, but I've brought in a good representation from all the different themes and versions of cars and bikes and viral cores. So the other thing I'm going to show you quick is the other version of go through Drive's other forms. So a lot of cool sound effects. And now we'll try Dead Heat. I'm not sure with Dead Heat, it just continues to pulsate. I don't know if that's because Dead Heat is such a crazy car in the show that it can overheat and stuff like that. Most of the other ones will just go through one time and be done, but that continues to go through. Alright, and then we've also got to do type fruits. So I love a little Gaim riff there. Well, I guess I'm wrong. For some reason, a couple of these keep pulsating through. Alright, so next up, I'm going to show you a signal bike. Now, I'm going to start with Mach. So it does recognize Mach, but if you put in any of the other signal bikes, so while it recognizes Mach's name, all the rest of them it just says signal. And I'll show you. Here's another one just to show you. And they all just kind of make the same sound effects. So all the signal bikes make the same sounds, except for it will say Maha when it reads it, but the sound effects for the firing are the same as all the signal bikes. Now I'm going to try a viral core. So you kind of get the riff from when Machine Chaser used to henshin. And now if I go ahead and slide in a car. So it's kind of the same sound effects there. The special attacks sound effects are not really much different from the just kind of regular sound effect. So here's another viral chord just to... So pretty much all the viral cores are the same and all of the signal bikes are the same. It's mostly the shift cars that have the different sounds. So I'm just going to do a couple random shift cars for fun. And then put a car in. Alright, and now I'm going to try Burning Solar. Alright, I'm just going to do a couple more here. I'm going to try Mad Doctor. And then last but certainly not least, Max Flare. So as you can see, for most of the shift cars that are not a form change, the first sound they make when you play or pull the trigger and then put a car in, those two sounds are pretty much the same, just a little bit longer. It's really only different special attack and regular attack sounds for the form change shift cars. So now we'll take a look at shift formula with the drive driver. I really like the music riff, fanfare music there for Formula. I like that a lot. Next up, we have the mock driver. And then here we have the brake gunner. I think this thing is absolutely amazing. It definitely even surpassed my expectations. I had no idea that the slot on the top was going to actually be a reader. I thought it was going to be similar to like the Dorju or the Zenrin shooter, where just any car you plugged in was going to make the same sounds. But it's definitely a reader, and that gives this thing tons of playability. You can go through all the shift cars. They're all going to make unique sounds, very similar to the Maha driver or the brake gunner. It's got a lot of fun kind of putting the cars in and out of the trailer. You can open up the back, so it's almost kind of like a shift car playset. There's tons of sounds. I love the design. I love the color scheme. I love everything about this thing. The LEDs in the window, I like the mirror, that how it shows the cars, you know, at a 90-degree angle from how they actually are. And I also really appreciate when the window fills with the full signal. So I don't really have anything bad to say about this thing. The only thing that's a little weird is how when you're doing the special attacks, it'll just automatically go into revving again. It does that revving sound until you pull the trigger, and then once the sound effect is done, it starts revving again, like it wants you to just keep going. So maybe that's on the show and I just don't remember it, and it's just a little weird to me. I kind of would just one time and done. But that's like the nitpickiest little thing I could think to complain about. It's not even that big a deal. So if you've been collecting shift cars up until this point, I definitely think you should go ahead and pick this guy up, because Formula's a lot of fun, the trailer itself was a lot of fun, and it's completely compatible with all your past shift cars, and it's just got so many sounds in this thing. I love it. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the DX Trailer Hoe, or Trailer Cannon, and Shift Formula from Kamen Rider Drive. And thanks for watching.